Chance to interview somebody who can bring some information to all of you that you might not have had before, but it holds special significance to me because I call this young man the friend. And when he left Tallahassee, I was both encouraged for him, but selfishly sad to see him go. But he's doing what he loves to do over there in Savannah, WSAF. Joey Lamar, how's it going to be back in Georgia?
It feels great to be back in Georgia. It was really hard to leave Tallahassee. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that that's not true, but it was really hard to leave Tallahassee. Some really great people in Tallahassee. I think about y'all all the time. Like, I really enjoyed my time in Tallahassee. Like, it was really hard to leave.
Joy, you said that from the beginning when we would talk, that you really thought you could stay in Tallahassee. It was something that you really enjoyed about the people here. But your calling, that voice kept calling you back there, boy, to go do what you love. How's it feel to be at WSAV? Because you seem to be covering a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. I mean, I guess I came with that background, obviously, having 5 or 6 years when I got to Tallahassee of experience, then another year in Tallahassee. But yeah, I mean, some of the things that we've covered have been like just pretty amazing. I was at the SEC championship, which turned out to be Nick Saban's last one as a college football coach. Covered Georgia, all their home games all year. And then also covered the Falcons and covered some Carolina Panthers games as well. Then I also covered the first and second round of the NCAA tournament for the South Carolina women's team. That was pretty amazing because they still hold it if you're a top 16 seed, then you hold it at your host school. I wasn't driving up to Albany, New York to cover the regional. And the national championship, the Final Four was in Cleveland. That was a long drive. But next year, the regional will be in Birmingham, and it'll also be in the Final Four will be in Tampa. So we're going to try to get down there for those as well. But I know you want to talk about the Masters, so I'll let you go ahead and ask that question about what that was like.
No, I've been trying to get you on for a minute. You didn't always know that. I was trying to find a time when you weren't being overloaded, and I wanted to hear just about those things that you were just sharing. When I started, you had went to the Masters. That just gave me an excuse to try to think I could pull on you a little bit more to get you to come on and talk about it. Being the avid golfer that you are, tell us a little bit about what that meant for you to be at the Masters.
I'm not as good. I'm not as good as I used to be, and I don't get to play as much because I cover so much. But like, I don't think people understand like how different the Masters is from everything else. Like when you're going through the credential process. So normally, like if a sports journalist or any journalist wants to cover an event, you normally like you just fill out a link and say, okay, I want to cover this, and then they say, okay, you're approved, right? Like as long as you like work for like a television station, like you're approved. I mean, you can't say like I don't know, like you can't be like, oh, I'm a fan and I want to cover this as a journalist. I want to be in the press box. It doesn't work like that. Like you have to actually work like for a media organization, but it's normally a very easy process. And one of the easiest credentials to get would be like, Super Bowl or like national championship. Those are one of the easiest to get. But this is just a completely different process. I mean, the Masters asks for a cover letter, which I did the credential process for our station this year. Our cover letter was 2.5 pages. They wanted to have a history of stories that we've covered over the past 5 years. They wanted to know what other big golf tournaments I've covered. They wanted to know the business plan of the station. They wanted to know the history of the station, what our plan was going to be, our coverage plan was going to be. And that was just the cover letter. And so then you also have to submit a like a link. So you do fill out a link, and then they ask for like circulation numbers, like how many people, visit your website, how many people watch your TV station. And that's the first part of it. And so if
Wow.
they approve you for the first part, then there's a second part where you fill out like the actual application for the masters, like what days you're going to cover, who's going to cover, who's going to be on the credentials. So it's a 2-part application process, and that's something that is very rare. Like you don't do that for. I've never done that for any other event that I've covered. And again, I've covered RBC Heritage. That's a 1-step. Actually, everything else is a 1-step. I can't. I mean, it's no need to list them because everything else is a 1-step. This is a 2-step process, and they only give you 7 days between when they approve you and for when they give you that first initial approval to fill out the second part. Like if you don't fill it out, they won't approve you, and they'll probably go to somebody else because everybody wants to cover the match. It's a serious process for sure.
Wow. And what was your feeling when you walked in and actually saw the course? What was being a journalist and a fan? What was your thought when you first walked on the course?
Well, let's just back up to like the experience. So when you get there, you go through the scan and stuff, ID, they check your bags and stuff, like the normal practice protocol, all that stuff. But then like they stop traffic for you when you walk across the street. I think I told you and Earl and Quentin that I didn't touch a door the whole week. So you walk to the door, you don't touch it, you don't touch it. Somebody opens it for you. When you ready to go out to the shuttle to go to the course, someone opens that door for you. When you come back, the same thing. Like you don't really touch any doors in there, and most of the doors are open, so you really don't open a door the whole week. If you want to go to the interview room, that door's open for you. And when you walk in, it's crazy. It's like, I don't know if you ever been to like the Ritz or something, or like a really fancy hotel. Like it's marble everywhere. They're like well, when you walk in, there's a big staircase, a big wide staircase that kind of is shaped. It goes up and then it's shaped like a goalpost, like something in the middle, and then it splits out. And what is going around is the elevator that takes you from one floor to the next. But when you walk in, that's in front of you. And then to the right is like a lobby desk, and to the left is a lobby desk. But again, all marble. And when most of the time when you're in TV, you're going to go to the right, and you're going to go to the back. And then before you get to the television area, you go to you walk past the gentleman's room, and that's like the locker room. And you go in the locker room and you tell the attendant, they have an attendant, it's 2 of them. You tell the attendant, I want a locker. And they will put your name and your station on your locker for that week. And they give you a key. And so you go there, and it's like, again, you're feeling like royalty because you get a locker with your name on it. And they have a television room on the first floor, and they have a photography room on the first floor. And again, like, your station name is there on the plate. And so, you sit where you're assigned. Then when you go upstairs, when you walk upstairs, the first thing in front of you is this huge, they call it the arena. And it sits probably like 300 people. And they have these 2 huge screens on both sides, probably like 200-inch TVs, like they're screens, not projections, screens. And so you can watch the Masters there, or watch whatever they have, they have on there. And then each seat has 2 screens where you can watch the golf and you can watch something else. And you can work there too, because it has Ethernet connection. So that's amazing. And then to your left is the Bartlett Lounge. That's where you go eat. So they have a full scale menu, right? So they have breakfast and lunch. I never got there early enough to eat breakfast, but they have breakfast and lunch. And so for breakfast, I'm sorry, for lunch, your options for like a starter or like a Cobb salad, Caesar salad with grilled chicken or shrimp, and or clam or New England clam chowder. And then for your entrees, you had fried chicken, which was really good. You had the grilled cheese sandwich. You also have a burger, and you had Gulf fish tacos for your entrees. And then for dessert, you could have strawberry cheesecake, pecan pie served with vanilla ice cream, and like a cookie flight. So it was like chocolate chip, white chocolate pecan, and like I think oatmeal raisin, or I can't remember the last one. But that's the menu there. All this is free. You don't have to pay for it. And you can, I mean, and you can make special requests too. Like I was sitting with a friend from another TV station, and he wanted bacon on his burger, and they went and found some bacon and put it on his burger or something. Um, and so that's the Bartlett Lounge, and that's open again in the morning from I think from like 7 to 10 or 6 to 10, and then lunch from 11 to 3. And then you have the grab and go. So the grab and go is where you have all your Masters classics, right? Yeah, that's where your pimento cheese, your ham and cheese on rye, your egg salad sandwich, your chicken salad sandwich, your classic chicken sandwich, your Masters Club. That's where all those sandwiches are, and they just refill them until like 8 o'clock. So like you can grab as many as you want. Nobody says anything. Then they have also have like little snacks, like candies, water, drinks like apple juice, orange juice, Powerade, all this stuff. And then on the next to that room is a sitting area, so you can go in there and eat in that sitting area. And then there's a balcony area. You can go out in the balcony and eat. And then the other thing in that building is the interview room, which is back on the first floor, and that's where they hold not all the interviews, but when they give you the schedule for the week, that's where they hold all of those interviews. And then like if you have a really good round, they'll ask you to come back in the interview room instead of going out to the quick quotes section. But yeah, it's like nothing that you'll ever see. And we haven't even got to the course yet. So,
Well, tell us about the course, Joy.
so the course is immaculate.
Hmm.
Like I think they cut the grass every day. And so one thing about Augusta National is the course is only open till the third week in May, and then they close it for the summer. They don't give a reason why, but the rumor is that the members said it was too hot and they didn't want to play in summer, so they closed the course. Like they close it from May 3rd to like I think maybe through August or September they close it. Like, but they'll never have another like tournament like they did in 2020 where they had it like in November, the Masters in November. Like they'll never do that again. Like that's really said that at the press conference. Your chairman really said at the press conference that you're not gonna see no 20 under the Masters because the course plays different during the summer than it does in the fall. And as you saw, like there were only 8 players who were under par for the entire Masters tournament. Um, so yeah, but the course is like in great shape, and I mean it's like living in another world. So like let's say you were out there and you saw like a divot, not on the course, but like just like walking around like a divot. The next day, fixed. Like it's like it wasn't even there. Like it was, I mean, fixed. Um, it's just it's pristine. Amen corner will take your breath away. Like the green for 11 entire the entire hole of 12 and the tee box for 13, amen corner will take your breath away. Chairman Ridley called it the most iconic par three in the world. He said it'll never be lengthened as long as he is the chairman there. And so, yeah, I mean, the course is in really good shape, despite and it's really interesting because a lot of people are like walking through the course like all the time, and it's like it's in really, really good shape. They have underneath the greens, they have these like heaters to make sure that the greens are rolling at the precise speed that they want at all times, and so it dries them out. So there was heavy rain Thursday that delayed the course, but you never heard a golfer say, "Oh, the greens aren't rolling like they used to." No, because they have these machines, these huge fans underneath the course to dry out the greens so that the greens are in pristine condition at all times. And I mean, and the greens are like they're cut really low. So and you know how we play golf and we're at one of these courses and the ball be bouncing and stuff and jumping all on the green when you putt it. You'll never see that at Augusta National. I mean, those greens are just smooth. Like it's like putting on linoleum. Like it is smooth and they are short and they are difficult to read. And the other thing that you don't notice about Augusta National is just, I hope I'm saying this right, the undulation, I think is how you pronounce it, but just how like up and down the course is. 9 is a great example. So 9 is a hole that's like a dog leg left. And you have to be able to hit a draw on that hole if you're right, to move the ball from right to left on that hole. But you go down like very steep and then you go up really quickly. And so like navigating that course, like people don't talk about that, and the TV cameras don't do it justice, but like navigating that course and like the walking is like really intense. Like even you saw Tiger, like after 2 rounds of walking that course, like even though he said in his press conference that his ankle was fine, there was no pain in it, he's limping. And the reason he's limping is because of the undulation of the course, like going up and down, and it takes a lot out of you. I mean, that course is 7,600 yards. And I think, I mean, golf is trying to do some things to kind of rein it in, but they want to get to a point where courses aren't 8,000 yards anymore, or don't get to 8,000 yards. And Augusta National is definitely a course that doesn't want to get to 8,000 yards. They say that they don't have the space, but if they need the space, they'll buy it, and they're willing to pay, handsomely for to expand their area. And they've expanded over the years. I mean, like Amen Corner wasn't the way it is now. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that in 45 when Sam Snead wore the first ever green jacket. Like it wasn't like that in 45, but it has gotten better over time. And this year was the 75th anniversary of Sam Snead putting on the first green jacket. It was the 88th Masters, but the 75th anniversary of Sam Snead wearing the first green jacket.
It's mobile apps and have your own personalized content experience with our exclusive content. We developed an interactive experience as easy and diversified as Netflix. You have exclusive features showing access premium features, behind-the-scenes content and programs only available on our mobile apps and our streaming Roku channel. INSiiGHTS apps give you our content in your hands while INSiiGHTS Roku is on your big screen. Locally owned. Globally known. INSiiGHTS.
Join us on Faith TV on INSiiGHTS Roku. Anytime you need to feel the word, that you need uplifting, go to INSiiGHTS YouTube or mobile apps and feel His Spirit lift yours up. Pray with us on Faith TV and allow His Spirit to comfort you. I have been sent to help you find your way. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Faith TV on INSiiGHTS.
Time out. Time out. This is the coach. I'm a part of the INSiiGHTS Mick and Rick show. Now when I can get Rick out of that cup, I get good discussion from him about the hottest sports topics. but we do keep it straight, no chaser. The more he turns that cup up, them words come out faster than a chicken pecking up corn. I'm just saying, or trying to say, just join us on the Mick and Rick Show.
For a limited time only, the first 500 downloads of the Insights app will get free premium content for life. Watch the Mick and Rick Show, Black History Moments, Remembering the Legends, Insights Magazine, Faith TV, along with the Game of the Week series. See Insights creative content with skits from the Church Sisters, students in generations and more. The Insights app is on your Android and iPhone and is now being downloaded in countries worldwide.
I was there. I wasn't there Thursday and Friday, but I was there Saturday and Sunday, and specifically Sunday. Me and Chaz followed around Scotty Scheffler, and we watched the iconic, I guess, change, the 3-shot swing that really gave him his second Masters, and that was on 9. And so Scheffler hits it in the fairway. Morikawa hits his in the pine straw, and then Morikawa's second shot goes into the bunker, and he can't get it out of the bunker, right? So he has to take 2 shots out of the bunker because he can't get it out on the first one, and then he 2-putts, so that's a 6. That's a double on the par 4 at 9th. Scheffler birdies, he spins it back. He was probably 70, I want to say 80, 90 yards from the hole, spins it back to within like a foot, maybe 2 feet, like basically taps in for birdie. Okay. And at this time, they're both tied at 7 under par. And so after that hole, Scheffler's at 8 under, right? Morikawa's at 5 under. That's a 3-shot swing on one hole. Wow. And that's coming off. They both birdie 8. So they were both at 7 under. But Scheffler birdied 8, 9, and 10. He did give one back at 11. I saw that too. But he birdied 8, 9, and 10. Same thing. Iron game was just dialed in. And he birdied 10. Morikawa on 11. Morikawa par 10. On 11, Morikawa again hit it in the pine straw. Then he hit it in the water at the start of Amen's corner. And so again, another double bogey. So he was at like 3. He dropped another 2 shots, whereas Scheffler made sure he didn't hit it in the water, hit it in the next to the green on the rough, but made sure he wasn't going anywhere near that water. And he took his bogey, and went on to 12, played the Nicklaus shot at 12, and took his par and moved on. And then of course I got to see Tiger on Saturday. I didn't see him on Sunday. He played so well. He played so bad Saturday. I didn't get it. I wasn't waking up that early to see him on Sunday. But seeing him Saturday was incredible. I saw him on the range, and he still commands like this presence. I mean, so Tiger Woods' press conference was at 11 on Wednesday. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was at 11 on Wednesday. And the interview room seats 200 people, and it was full to capacity on Wednesday. And you had people, like members in their green jackets, like lining the walls to see Tiger Woods' press conference on Wednesday. And that was like that was an awe-striking moment. It's like, am I really here? Like, is this my life? Like, I'm covering arguably the greatest golfer of all time, and I'm sitting in the press room and he's right there. Like, that was awe-striking to me. And then to see the people that still follow him like on the range is, just incredible. And there were people who just followed him around all Saturday. I mean, he commands a presence, and I gave this example in the story that I wrote, the difference in Tiger Woods' press conference having 200 people in standing room only, and Brian Harmon, who just won the Open Championship, he's from Savannah, had 20 people in there. You know what I mean? Like, right. It's just, it's levels, man. Like, it's different. And but yeah, that was an awe-striking moment to see Tiger Woods in the interview room, and then to see him play I saw him play one on Saturday. I was not chasing him around the course, but I saw him play hole number one on Saturday, which I think he parred. But yeah, I mean that was definitely awe-striking to see Tiger Woods play at the Masters, and then to be at the Masters on Sunday, and kind of witness the 3 or 4 holes that decided the match. So that's kind of what happened.
So for you, you kind of got the best of both worlds. You got that moment to see the history, and then most of our heroes got a chance to see Tiger in person.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just so much like going on. Like, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about this or not, but like they also have like the merchandise store. So I don't know if you can see it now, but I'm wearing like a Masters logo shirt or whatever. So they when they're at their merchandise store, the rumor is that people have put out there that they do $1 million an hour, and people wait in 2 hour long lines to just get in the store. And it's like money does not exist there. Like you just grab, and then you get to the register and you pay. But no one asks like, how much is this? Or you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is too much. I'll put this back. Like if your hand touches it and you take it off the rack, it's going in your bag and you are paying for it. Like it's almost like a peer pressure that people don't want to put things back or seem like they can't afford to be there. And that's not the Masters doing that. Like they aren't pressuring you to buy anything. They don't. But there's a peer pressure when you walk in that store. You're like, oh, you touched it? You better be buying that. And I'll tell you, like I spent over $1,000 at that Master store. Like, and it's real easy to do it. It's real easy to do it. And I don't regret it at all. Like I do not regret it at all. First time, once in a lifetime experience. Hopefully I get credentialed again next year. We'll see. They usually do credential you again as long as you abide by the rules. And they never told us that we didn't abide by any rules or broke any rules. So I'm hoping that we get credentialed next year, but there's no guarantee. It's the Masters. They can do whatever they want. But yeah, I definitely made the most of my first time at the Masters. I mean, it was just crazy, man. It's amazing. You can even ship the stuff. So like if you don't want to hold this stuff for your entire round or whatever, there's like a shipping area. You can like ship it to wherever your destination is. So the charter at Augusta National Golf Club, I believe is split into thirds when it comes to tickets, right? So I think it's like a third of the members get tickets or something, or corporate gets tickets. I'm not sure about that part. But then there's a lottery where a third of the tickets go to the lottery, and then the other third go to the residents of Augusta. And now tickets are like $1,000, whatever, just to get tickets. Like once you get selected from the lottery, it's $1,000 to go, or like close to 1,000, like 900 something, but might as well be 1,000. And so, but yeah, and so then you go to the store, and like people spend all this money because the merchandise is exclusive. You can only get it at the Master store. Like you can't get it online. You can't get it on Amazon, nowhere. And I would be very skeptical of anybody who said they had Masters gear, because again, you can only get it at the Masters. And so people will be asking you to like buy them, like, can I get a hat? Can I get a shirt? Can I get a t-shirt? Can I get, some golf balls, like something with that Masters logo, because it's so iconic. And people like, they notice it. Like, when I have on my Masters logo shirt, like I do today, like people are like, oh, got that from the Masters. Like, like people who are golf fans, or like in that, I don't want to say bourgeoisie, but like kind of like that upper middle class status, or middle class, or lower middle class and above, like they know what that logo is. And it's probably one of the most iconic logos in the world. Like, I mean, it's one of the most recognizable logos in the world for sure.
Wow, that you have done an excellent job of sharing what is a once in a lifetime experience. And you got, as you said, is this my life? I'm able to do this. I mean,
I mean, like, yeah, I was just shocked. I mean, it's like, I mean, I could have touched Tiger Woods. Like, that's how close you feel, like, when you're in that interview room. Like it's unreal. I mean, that's the only way to describe it. I mean, and just like everything, like the whole process, like I said, like, and it's not just the grass at the course that they cut every day. Like, they cut the grass at the press room every day. Like, so Thursday it rained, it delayed the start time, and there were some leaves that had fallen on the, like, walkway or like in the grass. Friday, gone. Like, Friday, gone. Like, I mean, it was like they keep that thing pristine, and like the grass is always at the same exact height. Like, they start coming around to cut the grass around like 6 o'clock. Like, I mean, it is pristine. Like, everything's immaculate. Like, they do a really good job. And again, it's all about the experience at the Masters. Like, they want you to have a good experience, even though you're paying them. Like, they want you to have a experience like none other. And I think, that's why Vern Lundquist, I think, said it right. Jim Nantz says a tradition like unlike any other. And that's why he says that, because that's really what it is. Like, that, those are true words, that it's a tradition like unlike any other. It's amazing.
Wow. And I appreciate you sharing what you have shared with us. Those who didn't know, now they know, because that's pretty much a once in a lifetime adventure there, of which you were like, am I really here to be a part of this? Am I really able to see it? And appreciate you being as honest. You said, man, I was starstruck.
Yeah, I mean, Tiger's the only person that I've ever been starstruck from. I'm trying to think of other big name athletes I've covered. I haven't covered LeBron yet, but I don't think I'd be starstruck by him. Kobe Bryant would probably be the only other athlete I've been starstruck by. But, and Tiger has a team around him. So, like, whenever he walks somewhere, it's like 6 people with him. Like, I mean, like, you'll know when Tiger Woods is on the course, like, because there's 6 people with him everywhere he goes. Like, I mean, it's like, you'll know. And then there's a huge crowd around him too, right? So it's not like just, he's like, all by himself. No, like, there's a huge crowd, 6 people around him. Like, the only time, I mean, probably him being on the golf course is probably the freest that he ever is in his life. There's always somebody around him, always. Christine Brennan was there. I don't know if you know who that is. No. Christine Brennan is a journalist she used to work for the Washington Post. She was the journalist who covered the Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding story.
Oh, okay.
Where Tanya Harding had her boyfriend pay Jeff Gillooly Jeff Gillooly is the boyfriend, pay some hitman to hit Nancy Kerrigan in the knee to ruin her career or whatever. Mm-hmm. She covered that story. She was there. I got a chance to meet her. All the big, all the stations, all the local TV stations are there. So Michael Collins was there. Of course, WSB from Atlanta was there. Fox 5 from Atlanta. 11 Alive from Atlanta. The CBS affiliate from Atlanta was there. We were there from Savannah. RBL was there from Columbus. No Albany stations were there. What's his face was there from Marvin James. They call him Big Marv. He was there from WMAZ in Macon. Wolo was there. Wiss was there. Fox was there from Carolina. Fox Carolina was there. Like, yeah, Jacksonville was there. West Palm Beach was there. Like, but it's not. They don't have a lot of spots, so like everybody can't go. But yeah, like all the big stations were there. All the big names were there. Damon Hurd, you know who that is? Or yeah, from the Golf Channel, he was there. He got to ask a question to. I can't remember if he got to ask a question to Tiger or he asked a question to Chairman Ridley, but he got to ask a question, and they pick who gets to ask the questions now. Like, and they will call you by your name, like. So like your badge has like a RFID locator on it, and they know where you are on the property at all times. And so when you're seated in the press room, they will know. So like when I asked Brian Harman that question, they were like, Joey from Savannah. And it's like, how do you know my name? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but yeah, it's just a really cool experience.
Joy, we really appreciate you taking some of your time and sharing with us this experience. I wasn't there, but I feel your excitement from being there. It comes across in the interview very well. And I can't wait to share this with our audience. Joy, we appreciate you taking the time, my friend.
I appreciate you asking me, my friend. So, yeah, I mean, there's probably more I could tell you, but, you know, I know the show's only so long. So, but yeah, there's probably more I could tell you.
Now has its own Roku channel. INSiiGHTS itself is a dream maker, providing a platform for content creators. Go with INSiiGHTS Roku channel into 91 million homes. We are strengthening our programs that will continue to educate, entertain, and enlighten our viewers. We will still feature youth sports, Mick and Rick, INSiiGHTS Magazine, Remember the Legends, and much more. Stay tuned for our creative content. We will continue to appreciate it.
I liked it on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter. INSiiGHTS.
Yeah.
2 I's in the middle. INSiigHTS.
All right, y'all.